MotoGP 2018 was held in Czech Republic. Dovi started from the pole position, Rossi number 2, Marquez number 3, Lorenzo number 4, Crutchlow number 5, Petrucci number 6, Zarco number 7, and so on. Villa at number 23, Redding number 24, Simeon number 25. The circuit was 5.4 kilometers. The race was of 21 laps. The total distance of the race was more than 70.5 miles. Let's talk about what happened in the race. Rossi took lead right at the start of lap 1, then Dovi quickly went ahead of Rossi in the same lap. Bradley Smith was taken out by Stephen and he went sliding into Maverick, a 3-way crash at turn 3 in lap 1. But Rossi again got ahead of Dovi and all this happened just in lap 1. Then Dovi again went ahead of Rossi, so 2 times in the first lap Rossi went ahead of Dovi and 2 times Dovi went ahead of Rossi. Lorenzo got ahead of Marquez on lap 2 to reach number 3. Petrucci got ahead of Crutchlow on lap 3 to be at number 5. Zarco got ahead of Crutchlow on lap 4 and moved to number 6. Petrucci was at number 5 at that point. Miller moved to number 13 on the 4th lap. Marquez got ahead of Lorenzo on the 5th lap to move to the 3rd position. Crutchlow got ahead of Zarco again to reach number 6 on lap 5. Scott Redding crashed on the 7th lap. Lorenzo again went ahead of Marquez and moved to number 3 position on lap 8. Rossi moved to number 1 by overtaking Dovi on the 8th lap. Marquez again went to number 3 position on the 9th lap by overtaking Lorenzo. Crutchlow went ahead of Lorenzo to move into 4th on lap 10. Dovi and Marquez went ahead of Rossi to move to number 1 and number 2 respectively on lap 11. Crutchlow went ahead of Rossi to move to number 3 on the 12th lap. Lorenzo moved to number 4 ahead of Rossi on lap 13. Lorenzo then went ahead of Crutchlow to reach number 3 on lap 16. Lorenzo moved to number 2 ahead of Marquez right at the end of 18th lap. Pedrosa moved to number 8 with 3 laps to go. Marquez went ahead of Lorenzo to move to number 2 on the final lap. But Lorenzo got ahead of Marquez once again and moved to number 2. Rossi went ahead of Crutchlow on final lap. Dovi finished number 1, Lorenzo number 2, Marquez number 3, Rossi at number 4, Crutchlow number 5. In the championship standings, Marquez stands now at number 1, Rossi number 2, Dovi number 3. In the manufacturers standings, Honda is now number 1, Ducati number 2, Yamaha number 3, Suzuki at number 4. In the team standings, Movistar Yamaha MotoGP is now number 1, Repsol Honda team is number 2, Ducati team is number 3.